Ladies and gentlemen, Joe Biden got the lowest ratings of a president in the last 40 years. Oh man, there are so many people upset with Joe Biden. They are really, really upset. So, President Biden will be ready to ring in the new year after seeing these numbers. The 81-year-old commander in chief ends 2023 with a lower approval rating than any of his seven predecessors at the similar point in their first term, according to a new Gallup poll. Biden, the oldest over president, will lead into 2024 with just 39% of Americans liking his job performance, a slight increase from the 37% he received in October and November, but still below the ratings of every chief executive at the end of their third year in office since Jimmy Carter was in the White House. Former President George W. Bush had the highest near term approval rating with 58% of Americans approving of his job performance in December of 2003, following the capture of Iraqi dictator Saddam Hussein. Carter and Reagan each had 54% approval ratings in December of 1979 and 1983, respectively. Though only Reagan secured a re-election following, the Carter administration. Hmm. So, wow, Joe Biden got the worst ratings out of all the presidents, seven presidents before him. Boy, that is lousy. But what are they going to do about it? Because it looks like they're doing absolutely nothing. Just like they're doing absolutely nothing when it comes down to reparations. Okay, so this is the chart they are talking about. The seven presidents before Biden in their third year of their presidency, they all ranked above him over a 40-year period. Mm, mm, mm. Well, Joe Biden, that's really pathetic. So people are saying that Biden's performance is poor. They think it is poor. So former President Barack Obama held 43% approval rating at the same point of his presidency. All of the presidents reaching back to Jimmy Carter had approval ratings above 50%. So you can clearly see that. Mm-mm-mm. Biden is complaining to close aides as his low approval ratings continue to frustrate him and First Lady Jill Biden, according to a new media report. After pardoning a pair of turkeys, an annual White House tradition, Biden delivered some stern words for a small group assembled. His poll numbers were unacceptably low, and he wanted to know what his team and his campaign managers are doing about it. Wait, you're doing a lousy job and you want somebody else to do something about that. Wow. So he complained that his economic message has done little to move the ball, even as the economy was growing and unemployment was falling, according to people familiar with his comments who spoke on the condition, well, they wanted to be anonymous as usual, to discuss a private conversation. According to the Post, whose headlines noted that Biden, his dismal poll numbers, the Biden family's complaints date back months, with the president and the first lady telling aides and friends that they are frustrated by the president's low approval rating and the polls that show him trailing President Donald Trump. Well, he's going to continue to trail, you know, and we know he won't even talk about reparations. And, with the war situation, a lot of the Muslims are upset because, he has been pro Israel. And that's why the Muslims are saying they are not voting for Biden at all. So they have come out and said that. So Biden's low numbers are fueled by 4 and 5 US adult ratings, the national economy as fair, 33%, or poor, 45%, and just 3% said economic conditions were excellent, and 19% said they were good. More than two-thirds, 68% of Americans say the economy was getting worse, while 28% said it was improving, lending credibility to other surveys that showed voters rejecting Bidenomics, the president moniker, for his financial policy. So the White House made the case before the holiday season that prices were declining across the board from the previous year. But Republicans have pointed to inflation still outpacing wages as a source of voter frustration. Gallup rated American economic confidence at minus 32, well above the lowest point of the Biden's presidency in June of 2022 when inflation was at its peak. And the polling group Economic Confidence Index hit minus 58. Well, it don't look like too many people got faith in Biden. The Gallup poll shows 26% of US adults rank either the state of the economy, 14%, or inflation, 12%, as the most important problem facing America. No, the most important problem facing America is our reparations. But let me move on. Another 16% of Americans said poor leadership was the biggest issue, while the same percentage said immigration was the most pressing problem. So Biden he went to Congress and he wants them to pass a $110 billion bill, additional funding as part of a national security bill to help Ukraine fight its war against Russia, Israel against Hamas, as well as provide further spending on US border and US border enforcement. Well, you wouldn't have to spend that if you didn't let a whole herd of people in here. So the package have been stalled in the Senate and mm-mm-mm. By party affiliation, 78% of Democrats approve of Biden, 3 percentage points above the lowest rating recorded for members of the president's party in October. But just 34% of independents and 5% of Republicans approve of Biden's leadership, the survey shows. The president's approval has remained in single digits among Republicans since his administration botched the withdrawal from Afghanistan in August of 2021. Among independents, Biden hit a record low approval rating at 27% in November before bouncing back this month. So Trump, the Republican frontrunner to challenge Biden in 2024 general election, has a 39.9 favorable rating, according to Real Clear Politics. However, other polls show U.S. voters would prefer how the likely GOP president nominee would handle the economy, foreign conflicts, and immigration. So it looks like people want Trump to talk on those issues and throw in reparations. He need to talk on that too. So, if he's not for it, then we got a direction to go in as well as others, right? So please tell me what you think about this video. I'm not surprised that Biden is polling worse than any other president in the last 40 years. Sounds right to me. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video.